I've been asked many times why I continue to write stories on child abuse. I've been asked many times how such atrocities could possibly happen in such a wonderful country as the United States of America. Well, that's just the way things were for any child living in an institution in the 1950s and early 60s. At that time, there was nothing wrong in treating children in a terrible manner. We were the bottom of the barrel kids, children of no value to anyone, and we were lucky to just be fed, clothed, and housed. Other than that, nothing mattered, not to anyone in any position of power, and that's just the way it was for us kids for the first 14 years of our lives. There's a never-ending hurt that lives inside of me. I'm not sure if that hurt lives on for me or for the children who are still being mistreated and abused today. The stories are all different, but the end result and the end feelings are all the same. Nevertheless, my work speaks for all abused children. Teaching children how to kill. I guess you just had to be there. There was quite a commotion when a small lizard ran across the closet door in our bedroom. Laughing, yelling, screaming, and sounds of joy could be heard. Sounds that rarely entered we children's lives now living at the Children's Home Society Orphanage, located in Jacksonville, Florida. The excitement of a lizard racing across our bedroom wall was something very special to us children. I would say it was almost as important as Halley's Comet as it veered near the Earth every 50 to 100 years or so. There was no joy in our lives whatsoever, no toys, no nothing. What a spectacle it was to see such a sight. Within an instant, total silence filled the small four-bedroom area. Standing in the doorway was the dreaded matron Mother Winters, as we were ordered to address her. No words needed to be spoken. The look on the matron's face was more than just a cursing, vile statement from a woman who ruled the universe, and we knew it. And just what are we ugly-looking little bastards up to today? Came the ruler's forceful words. Nothing, Mother Winters. Nothing, Mother Winters. Nothing, Mother Winters, each boy said in turn. I, being the last to be looked upon, knew that her wrath was going to be directed at me. Her stare pierced directly into my soul. I knew that I had best answer, and answer quickly. Nothing, Mother Winters. All at once the lizard jumped from the closet door behind her, landing on her right forearm. She screamed of terror. Terror more than we kids could bear. Sounds of laughter filled the room, causing numerous boys to come running from every direction of the large white brick two-story dormitory building. I watched, my 8-year-old eyes as large as saucers, as Mother Winters tried to gain her composure. Her big, red, painted, puffy lips were still quivering from the sudden fright. Straightening out her clothing, she tilted her head forward, looking at each and every boy over the top of her glasses. Glasses she rarely wore on her face. They were a symbol worn around her neck to negate her authority over us children, the black cook Charity, and her personal black maid Nancy. Though I had a large smile on my face, as did the other boys, I knew that another death was about to occur. Over the past 3 years, I couldn't count the number of small animals that had been killed under the direction of various orphanage house parents. Birds, baby squirrels, two possums, frogs, and butterflies, just to name a few. The cutting off of animals' heads and their tails were commonplace at the orphanage. Tearing off butterfly wings and pinning them to the wall and making them suffer was almost a weekly occurrence. I will never forget the house parent pouring gasoline on a pinned-up possum and then lighting it up on fire. I will never forget the curling screams. I now knew it was time for the lizard to take its turn to die. All that had to be decided now was which of us boys would be ordered to commit the dirty deed, and in what evil, disgusting manner it would be done. As Mother Winters scanned the row of boys, one of her eyes kept shifting back to me. I knew that I would be the chosen one, once again to kill a living creature of God, or to be beaten within an inch of my life with the dreaded sandpaper bolo paddle, or the green bamboo cane pole. "I'll do it, Mother Winters," boasted Tommy Jernigan. Not a sound was heard for almost 30 seconds. All at once, little Billy collapsed on the floor and began jerking about as if he were in convulsions. No one even paid attention to the boy lying on the floor. "Okay, Tommy, it'll be you," said Mother Winters. Without any direction from the matron, each boy began stripping their bed of spread and sheets. They were then carried by the armload into the hallway and piled on the checkerboard floor next to the center bathroom. Then, as each mattress was inspected, one at a time, they were taken from the room into the hallway. As the last mattress was picked up, there was the small green lizard huddled in the corner, its throat red and puffed out with fear. We boys were instructed to encircle the small creature and capture it. After much effort and many tears, the lizard was cornered in a somewhat old Buster Brown shoe. Billy Stroud retrieved the lizard and held it towards Mother Winters. "Hand it to Tommy, and you had best not drop the damn thing." Tommy reached out and took the lizard in hand. "Now bite off its damn head with your teeth," she instructed in a very demanding voice. Little Billy Smith, still lying on the floor, began to scream at the top of his voice. The horror was more than I could stand for what he was about to witness. Several boys covered their eyes and turned their backs. I moved not a muscle as I watched Tommy begin to move the animal towards his mouth. Slowly I moved my right hand up so I could cover my eyes, but I spread two of my fingers open, which I could quickly close at the exact time of the execution. "I can't do it, Mother Winters," blurted out Tommy as he began to cry. "Bite off its damn head now!" screeched the matron. Tommy closed his eyes and once again began moving the lizard toward his mouth. Faster than a lightning bolt, and before I could realize what was happening, Tommy was flying across the floor. Eugene Carruthers, one of the older boys, had slapped Tommy across his face, causing the lizard to go flying toward the doorway. Mother Winters screamed and began flinging her arms in every direction as she ran from the bedroom. 20 boys were yelling, screaming, and running in every direction. After Eugene had been beaten with the green bamboo cane pole, Mother Winters made us search for hours for the lizard, but it was never found. Late that night, we boys gathered in the main bathroom near the back steps. It was agreed that we were just a bunch of dumb, stupid, and ugly kids, and that we were nothing more than thieves and criminals, just like the matron said. But it was agreed that not one of us would ever kill anyone or hurt an animal. Yes, it's true that most of us went on to serve time in various prisons across America. But the promise we vowed that night to never kill or hurt an animal was never broken or violated in any manner. That in itself is almost a miracle.